Hey, everybody, it's so good to see you tonight. I'm popping in. I think William's going to be along shortly, but I decided to go ahead and get started because we're already chatting, and it's so great to see everybody. Let me back up. BDF, big Disney fan. Keith, thanks so much for being here first. We always appreciate seeing you. You're always in the chat, and we appreciate you, buddy. The Hitchhiking Bones, 300, 36 and a half days. You got it down to the hours too, Keith, until your Walt Disney World trip. We are really excited for you. So 36 and a half days until your Walt Disney World trip and 37 and a half days until your Big 6-0. So that's, if you're counting it, gosh, got those numbers down there. Keith, we're really looking forward to that for you. Francisco, hey, welcome in. It's so good to see you. Dean, the turkey legster. Hope you're having a gobble-tastic day. Dean was kind enough to be a guest host last week, along with Tina McNeil. And William and Jillian were in the parks. And of course, William is going to give us an update on their trip. But Dean was here last week. So check out that live stream. It was a lot of fun with Dean and Tina McNeil. And Dean, if I'm not mistaken, you were in the park yesterday as well. So you've had some good park dates. How did that go? I know you had a great time. Was it Hollywood Studios, I think, is where you were. Debbie Bernfeld, welcome. Sweet Debbie, you're always so kind. Thank you so much. Wonderful World of Walter, welcome. Stacy Rogers, always good to see you, Stacy. Get those groceries put away so you can join us. Let's see who else is in the chat here. Moving Manny and Nick. Hey, Nick, good to see you. Always good to have you in the chat. What in the world with Russ? Look who's here. There you go. Russ, it's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. We need to catch up. We haven't talked in a little while. We need to catch up. Amy, thanks so much for being here. All right, guys. I think I'm kind of caught up in the chat. We're going to go ahead and get started. I think William's kind of running behind. You know, he and Jillian put Wyatt down at night, and so he's probably doing his thing, and he'll be along here shortly. We got a ton to talk about though, and I'm really excited to hear about his trip to Disney. Of course, we talked about it. I house sat for them while they went with some friends to Disney World this past week. This time last week, they were at Disney World. So we're going to talk about that. Hey, Jeanette, welcome in. Welcome in. Sebastian the Crab. Pop a couple of these up on the screen. It's so good to see everybody. How much do you have? Okay, well, how much do you have to pay to be a guest star on the Hitchhiking Bones? Well, since you're an adjunct Hitchhiking Bone, Russ, we could work out a deal. I think we could even get you down to 0. I think you could. I think we could absolutely get you down to 0 on that one. Anytime you want to come on, you're welcome. You know that. Let's see who else is here. So good to see you. Jeanette, let me back up a little bit. Oh, wow. Okay, Jillian's putting a price on it. Jillian's putting a price on it, Russ. And since she's saying it's going to cost you one of those Skyliner popcorn buckets, I'm going to throw in the Main Street Electrical Parade ears. I want those. So we may talk. But yeah, it's good to see you guys. I'm really glad everybody is here. Tomorrow, guys, is May the 4th. So, May the 4th be with you. We're looking forward to it. We love, we love all things Star Wars. And so, of course, we're looking forward to that. We're going to put up some vlogs, and we'll have, some shorts out, and have a good time with that. And then, of course, Revenge of the 5th. So tomorrow is May the 4th. It's a really big day for Star Wars fans, and we always really look forward to that. So we've got a couple of announcements to make, some channel announcements to make a little bit later on. Let me catch up in the chat. And I'm Nick. Nick, the only reason Nick shows up is to see what room I'm going to be in. So I'm going to have to shake it up next week. I got to keep you on your toes, Nick. But yeah, and also Sunday, guys, it's Mother's Day. Looking forward to that. Happy Mother's Day. to all of our mothers out there. It's a special day to honor our moms, but every day should be a day to honor moms. So keep that in mind. It's a good day to just hug your mom and okay. There he is.
Yeah.
Jedi.
Hey, sorry I'm late, everyone. Hello there.
There's Jedi Master Will. That's what took you a while. You had to jump into your robes.
I did. Yeah. It's just too much to do and very little time.
I understand.
And obviously, I'm a little bit late. Thanks everybody for hanging around for me. How late did you? Or how deep did you get into the notes?
About, I don't know. I decided to pop on, I think about 7 minutes in. So I decided to go ahead and get started. I've said hey to everybody in the chat. We appreciate you guys for being here so much. And wished everybody a happy May the 4th tomorrow. Yeah. This is a big day for Star Wars fans. Obviously, we are Star Wars.
Yeah, a little bit.
We are Star Wars fans. And we have a channel announcement. I have a really cool channel announcement to make a little bit later, guys, on some of our Star Wars content that's coming up. Catherine, welcome in. Catherine will be. Well, Catherine, it's Jedi Master Will tonight. Yeah, it's Jedi Master Will. So looking forward to celebrating tomorrow. We are too, Mark. Do y'all have any special blogs, any vlogs or anything planned? Maybe go on live or anything like that? Good segue there. Wonderful World of Walter, guys. Please go check out their channel. Let me give Irene and Mark and Wally a plug here. Wonderful World of Walter. These guys are 13 subscribers away from 1,000. Okay, and in YouTube, in the YouTube world, we know that 1,000 is kind of the lucky number. That's the number you want to hit for monetization. So Wonderful World of Walter is 13 subs from 1,000 the last time I checked. That was just before I went on. So that you guys may have picked up a couple. Please check out Wonderful World of Walter. Your vlogs are fantastic, guys. I love watching your content. They do Disney content and other travel vlogs as well, but very professional looking vlogs. I love it. I've learned a lot from watching your vlogs on how to improve ours. So by all means, check them out. The link to their channel, guys, is in the description of this video. So if you want to pop over to Wonderful World of Walter, just check out the link in the description of this video. And oh, good, Russ has got you. Russ has got us covered there. He's popped it into the chat. But by all means, check it out. Give them a sub, guys. Let's see if we can get them to 1,000. Would that be fun to get them to 1,000 subs tonight? That would be so great. I'm excited for you guys. Good to see you. William, did you want to say anything else?
No, sorry. I'm obviously you started early, and so or not early, but I was the one that was late. But
that's okay. Well, I can keep going while you're getting set up.
Yeah, I was about to say I've got to try to write everybody down now.
Okay, 990. Okay, at 990. Okay, by all means. Oh gosh, yeah. Well, Russ, you should subscribe. And I think I am subscribed. The Hitchhiking Bones are subscribed, and I think Dawn Bone is also subscribed. So
I want to say Will the Hitchhiking Bones is also subscribed as well.
I have subbed as many times as I can. And if I could, I would sub 10 more times. But anyway, we love you guys, and we need to have you on. Mark and Irene, we need to have you on. Let's talk about that. I'd love to have you guys on and talk with you. But we'll work on that for sure. Again, happy May the 4th. Oh, there you go, Debbie. We got a subscriber. There you go, Debbie. You will not regret it. Mark and Irene are just fantastic and have really fun content. Wonderful World of Walter. Of course, the channel is named after their son, Wally, and just great people. We love you guys. So we need to keep an eye on your sub count. We would love to get you to 1,000 subs tonight would be really good, but you guys are so close. Let me go ahead and jump into this day in Disney history, because I know William's got a lot to tell us, and I'm really excited to hear more detail about your trip, William. Of course, we've talked about it, but you guys were at Disney, Walt Disney World last week for most of the week, and I want to hear all about that, as much detail as you've got. Let me, while you're finishing up, kind of getting ready there, I'm going to do this day in Disney history. 1929, Disney's Mickey Mouse cartoon, When the Cat's Away, is released. The sixth tune in the Mickey Mouse series. The film is interesting because it's the first of a handful which portray Mickey and Minnie as the size of a mouse. So that was 29. 1969, ground is officially broken for the California Institute of Arts in Valencia, California, also known as Cal Arts. The school was founded by Walt Disney when the Chouinard School of Music and the Los Angeles Conservatory merged in the early 60s. Although Disney died a few years before this groundbreaking, the Cal Arts student newspaper is still called Walt. I thought that was cool. 1994, Disney announces plans to create a cruise line. So this day in 94 was the first word we got of a Disney cruise line. And I remember that. That was really exciting.
Let us know in the chat if you've been on a Disney cruise. That's something that's on our Disney bucket list.
It is.
And so hopefully we'll get around to doing that at some point. Sooner rather than later. We'll see.
Yeah. Oh, good, Dean. Okay, good. Oh, thanks, Mark. We're up on the big screen here at top on my account. Thank you for that. Oh, well, great. Appreciate it. You guys beat the bushes. If you're ghosting tonight, go sub to Wonderful World of Walter. Trust me, just do it without even checking out their content, because trust me, they do a great job. Give them a sub, and it'd be great to get for them to get 1,000 subs tonight. Back to this day in Disney history quickly. In 2003, on this day, James Brown, the godfather of soul, oh my goodness, love James Brown, performs at the House of Blues in downtown Disney on his 70th birthday. He will visit Disney World the following day. I thought that was really neat. That was in 2003. 2007, Walter M. Sherrod Jr., and you're going to appreciate this one, Mark and Irene. Walter M. Sherrod Jr., one of the original Mercury 7 astronauts and the only man to fly on NASA's Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo programs, passed away at age 84. Over the years, Sherrod made appearances at Disney theme parks for such events as the 2003 debut of Epcot's Mission Space and the unveiling of Disneyland's new Tomorrowland in 1998. In 2003, he appeared on ABC TV's broadcast of the 20th annual Walt Disney World Christmas Day Parade. So that was Wally Sherrod, passed away in 2007 on this day.
Welcome in, Yachty. Great to see you.
One of our American heroes. Hey, Yachty. 2010, almost, okay, and here comes one, guys. Don't even get us started. 2010, almost 5 years to the day after launching at Orlando International Airport, Disney's Magical Express welcomes its 10 millionth guest. Lori, and I think this is Ogurkis, and her family from Hazleton, Pennsylvania, received a special reception at the airport, complete with a surprise visit and a gift basket from Mickey Mouse. The Ogurkis family ride in their own private motor coach to Disney's Polynesian Resort to begin their Walt Disney World vacation. Magical Express began running May 5th, 2005. So RIP Magical Express, because that service has been discontinued, unfortunately.
Everybody, sorry you're not feeling well. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it.
Thanks, good. 2013, Iron Man 3, produced by Marvel Studios and distributed by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures, was generally released. The sequel to the 2008 Iron Man and 2010 Iron Man 2, and the 7th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Of course, stars Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark and Gwyneth Paltrow as Pepper. That was released on this day. That one, I think is most people's least favorite. Most people did not enjoy Iron Man 3. I thought it was fine.
It seems like for most people, once you get past the first Iron Man movie, they're not as big of fans of the ones that come after that.
Yeah. Well, in the first one, it's generally agreed that had the first one flopped, guys, we probably wouldn't have had the MCU.
Yeah. Oh, it's safe to say. Yeah.
So
there's a really good. It's on Disney Plus. There's a really good show on that. I can't remember. I want to say it's like Assembling a Universe or something like that. There's a really good show on Disney Plus about all of that.
Yeah, there's something Avengers Assemble, maybe it's called Avengers Assemble. Yeah, that's a good one, and it is on Disney Plus. Welcome in, Yachty, again. Okay. And I have, guys, I'm going to try to pull it up. I do have something to share with you, and I'll pull it up and share it with you as soon as I can kind of pull it up. Katie Mack sent a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about Disney bounding. We were talking about, Boba Fett, and she had done the 2016 Dark Side Half Marathon. And so she sent a picture of her bounding as Boba Fett in that marathon. And so we wanted to share that with you. Okay, William, are you ready? Jedi Master Will?
Let's see, just a second. Sorry, I was still trying to track down the name of that Marvel show. There is one that mentions Assembled, but maybe that's not it.
Okay, there's one called Avengers Assemble. I know that because I've seen that one. Dave, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, thanks for being in ghost mode for us. I think it's Avengers Assemble, unless there's another one. Yeah, unless there's another one.
It's a one-off show that that basically talks about all the early goings of the Iron Man movie, and it's very, very good. How they convinced Gwyneth Paltrow to join the MCU. Basically, I mean, at the end of the day, it was pretty much a favor for Jon Favreau, and she wanted to co-star with Robert Downey Jr. And so it was really the perfect storm. I mean, the way that things came together for that movie is just absolutely incredible.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's about kind of the early goings and then building off of that. But yeah, I mean, the pretty much the fate of the MCU really hinged off of Iron Man's success.
It did. Yeah, a lot of people don't really think about that. Iron Man is really what launched it, and aren't we glad that
absolutely.
Hats off, to Jon Favreau and the people who started that. Robert Downey Jr., Gwyneth Paltrow for coming up with, it was so good. It was just an excellent superhero movie, and it just kicked off the whole thing. Oh, hey, Sean. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome in, Sean. Great to see you, John.
Good to see you. Let's see. Okay, did you want to talk a little bit about your trip? Tell us about your trip.
Yeah.
You were in the park this time last week. You were at Magic Kingdom.
Did you show the picture of Katie?
I haven't. I was going to look it up while you're talking.
Oh, okay. All right. You go ahead and do that while I'm talking. We're both trying to stall while preparing to show something or present something. So our travel day was Monday of last week, which in hindsight we were like, why didn't we leave on Sunday? But anyway, we ended up traveling last Monday down, flying out of Love Field to MCO, with the airport there in Orlando. Flight went well. We went through security. We did this thing. So this is a random side note. We did this thing called Clear.
Mikey, you're killing me.
No, Mikey, no.
Stop,
yeah,
Mike.
my wallet is screaming, Mike.
Ours and Stacy's. Stacy's
too many credits are ready to fly out of my account. But I do really want to see those. I'm gonna have to see if they can pull those up. Hey, have a good night, Keith. Thanks for being here. I'm not sure if it's Legends. It might be Annie or Anna. I'd have to go take a look. But flight went well. I did this thing. So, early, we were traveling early morning with kids, not thinking straight. There was a pretty sizable line at Love Field. There's usually not that big of a line. And hey, welcome in. Great to see you. Ryan, thanks for being here. And also wonderful Walter's dad, Mark. Mark, thanks for swapping accounts there. Let's see here. Sorry, getting Ryan written down here. Hi, welcome in, Flo. Great to see you. Also, Kevin Theme Park Adventure, welcome in. Put in the Ghost Host chat. I'll have to bring that up later on, Mikey. Thanks for the heads up on that. And I probably will have to buy some, assuming the force is with us. We've had a tough time with shopping, with Shop Disney. Anytime there's been a rush for anything. Let's see here. But we traveled last Monday, and there's, like I said, pretty good line for that time in the morning.
Mark is waxing poetic.
Oh goodness.
They need to add a tombstone at the Haunted Mansion for Magical Express. Here lies the beloved Express. It didn't cost, so now it's exhaust.
Oh, goodness gracious.
And the second stanza should probably say something about Bob Chapek.
So yeah, that pretty good line for security last week at Love Field. Shockingly for that time in the morning, I've never seen the line that long, honestly. And anyway, we're just kind of walking. Our friends got pulled over to these kiosks, and this thing called Clear, and they give you a 14-day free trial. But then if you don't pay up, and basically what it does is you basically don't have to pass through the TSA agents. Like, pretty much what you do is you stick your face up to this camera.
Guys,
right back. It gets your irises in your eyes, to register your eyes, and I think 4 fingers on your hand. And so you put your fingers on the touchpad, and so it's I think it was if you didn't cancel before the 14 days was up, they're going to charge you $170-$180, something like that. So not cheap, but I mean, if you fly a lot, maybe there's value there. Maybe if you're flying a lot for business or something of that nature. But yeah, I agree. I agree, Sean. Yeah. And so anyway, our friends got pulled aside, and we were like, okay, I guess we'll do it too, because they're doing it. And so they kind of got pulled into it as well. But yeah, the Clear people got us all set up with accounts and everything. And I went ahead and canceled mine already. That way I don't get charged. We've done TSA pre-check, $85 for 5 years. See, that's good value. That's really good value.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
So yeah, that'd be potentially worth pursuing there, Mark. But yeah, Clears, I don't know what the time period is for. Yeah, don't try Clear. Yeah. So yeah, basically they're they were really fast talking us. To be quite frank, the Clear guys are definitely fast talking us and not giving us all the details really. Because what exactly was it? It helped you pass the TSA agents. It still fed you out into a security line, but it helped you pass the long line of people for security. It's I guess similar along the lines of almost like a TSA pre-check, almost, but not quite the same. So basically, you entered into a shorter queue, and they gave you like a 14-day free trial. But like I said, they kind of fast talked you a little bit and didn't really give you all the details. If I hadn't heard Garrett say something, I'm not sure I would have realized that the trial was temporary. And the notifications you get when they set you up they're also not super informative either. And so anyway, I canceled that today to make sure I don't get charged. Yeah, we've got until the 8th to cancel it. Hey, great to see you, Garrett. Monarch Moments, our partner channel. Check them out if you haven't already. Lots of good content around California and at Disneyland and Disney California Adventure, and lots of fun home streams as well. So check out Monarch Moments if you haven't already.
Good recent footage and live streams of
airport version
the Main
of
Street
Lightning Lane.
Electrical Parade.
Yeah, pretty much neat. So but anyway, based on how Mark described it, it sounds like TSA PreCheck is really much better value.
That would be to look into that, Mark.
It was clear they took your fingerprints, 4 fingerprints, and then they captured your iris and everything. And so
really.
We probably wouldn't have done it if our friends hadn't got pulled into it. And so, we were kind of following along with them, and we were traveling with kids. And so we were kind of hurrying and trying to pay attention too. And so anyway, we ended up doing it, and I did the free trial and I already canceled, like I said, to make sure I don't get charged.
And that's called Clear.
Yeah, it's like $169 or $179, and I don't know how long that lasts.
Right. So it sounds like the TSA PreCheck deal is, that Mark
it sounds like it's head and shoulders better based on how peer pressure is real. Will. Yeah, exactly. We were just following along as early morning. We had kids with us, and so that immediately makes it a little bit more stressful and hectic. But anyway, we ended up doing the Clear thing. Yeah, exactly, Jilly. But flight went well. We got some. I got some Chick-fil-A there at the Love Field Airport while we were waiting on our flight, and clear pressure. Yeah, but flight went well. Arrived at Orlando just fine. It was kind of cool. We worked through, so usually we use Jennifer Turner, Mickey Travels, is who we usually use. But this time around, our friends used Nicole Kunmuller, and hers is, I think it's like Little World Small Travel or something like that. I had to look it up. Let's see here. But anyway, we used a different travel agent because that's who our friends were using. So we were like, okay, we'll just coordinate, with them.
Sure.
This time. Again, we usually use Jennifer Turner, Mickey Travels, because she helps us out. I mean, obviously
does an excellent job.
Yeah, we're Disney veterans, and so she's able to help with stuff like if you have a tough time looking for a reservation for a certain restaurant or something like that. Yeah. They're help you. Yeah. They're able to help you.
They have an inside track. They do, guys. They really do. Yeah, they absolutely do. That's pretty sweet.
I was trying to pull up the name of her travel agency. Small World Big Fun is the name of the travel agency she works for, and that's Nicole Kunmuller. But again, that's who our friends use, and so we're like, okay, we'll just go ahead and work all together on that. But anyway, so we had like a private shuttle for like our families. So me and Jillian and Wyatt and Garrett and Casey and their kids. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. And it doesn't cost you any extra, at least not for Mickey Travels or Small World Big Fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the way to go. I agree 100%, Mark.
But anyway, it was kind of cool. We did a private shuttle there and back. So really for round trip, for us to have a private shuttle, how it's supposed to work. It was going to be $200 for to put all of us in one shuttle there and back. So that was round trip. It was $200. And so anyway, it worked really well on the way there. We were able to all pile in. You had a nice, good size shuttle, had car seats for, the kids. And so it was also a really cool moment too, because they were holding Casey's. Yeah, exactly. Not really on the way back. But on the way there, we arrived there at the baggage claim, and there's a guy holding an iPad with Casey's name on it, and it was just like in the movies. And so that was neat. But we got our bags and everything, and you got to put it into the it was like almost like a small like bus almost, with rows of seating and car seats in it and everything. So yeah, it went really smoothly on the way there. You had a nice drive to hey, welcome in, Mickey Sightings. Thanks
Mickey
for being
Sightings, welcome. Good to see you, Sean. Good to see you.
So we showed up and it was just our family, so we didn't have any extra stops or anything like that. This is our first time doing this. I'm not even sure what the actual service was named, just again because we coordinated it through our French travel agents. Mm-hmm. But we arrived at Art of Animation, all excited and everything. We go to check in.
First time to stay at Art of Animation.
Yeah, first time staying at Art of Animation. I've stayed at a few times at Pop now, and so I really enjoyed Pop Century. Really, this obviously we were looking forward to staying at Art of Animation. Hey, great to see you too. We were really looking forward to staying at Art of Animation. We stayed in the Little Mermaid section, mm-hmm. And so really what we wanted to do was compare the experience of staying at Pop Century to staying at Art of Animation. See, mm-hmm. Who knows? Maybe it's a completely different experience in the suites. We've never stayed at a suite at Art of Animation before, but I'll give you kind of my comparison review later on. But we were very excited to stay at Art of Animation. Wyatt loved all the statues, all the character statues. We walked through the Lion King section, and he's naming off all the characters. It's just so excited. Same thing as we walk through the Little Mermaid section. There's King Triton. There's King Triton. There's Prince Eric and Ursula.
Yeah. And you actually had time to do a live stream.
Yeah, so I did a live stream.
So y'all check that out. It's on our channel.
Yeah, so Wyatt and Jillian were both tired from the early morning arrival. Wyatt's 3, 3 and some change. Hey, welcome in.
Thanks for popping in.
Thanks for being here, Paul. So Wyatt and Jillian were both tired. We had an early morning flight, so they went to go take a nap, and I was.
Wyatt is 3.
Yeah.
He's 3.
So I was, ready to kind of get. I was there, I was not ready to take a nap, so I wanted to get moving around. It's definitely worth going to walk around. For sure, even if you're not staying there. It's a really neat resort. It's got a great gift shop, and I'm pretty pleased with the kind of food court area that they have there. But I did a live stream once we showed up. Before that, we had lunch. I had kind of the chicken fried rice, plate that they have there. Jillian had gotten one of the 50th celebration dome cake things, which was very good.
Okay. Just an update, guys.
Yes.
Wonderful World of Walter's at $9.96.
Oh my goodness!
They're at $996, guys. 4 more subs. 4 more subs.
So close they could taste it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Catherine. Yeah, appreciate that. I'd agree with Russ. I haven't been around to all of the different resorts down there, but it's very, very good. Let's see. So I streamed, kind of walked around the resort, and then I took a very brief nap, and then we decided to take a bus to Disney Springs. Went to World of Disney, walked through some of the shops, and enjoyed that. We had dinner at the boathouse, and I was very, very tired. And so for whatever reason, I guess I was cranky. I probably closed my eyes for like 5 minutes that night because I had so much that I had to do and not enough time to do it. And I'm always a little bit fired up before a Disney trip anyway, just because, you're trying to get things in order for being gone for a few days. And so between that, I've got the, college class that I'm, teaching online on the side, and, there's stuff that needed to be done around the house.
$9.99. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I remember they're $999 happy haunts.
Happy haunts.
I'm
showing 1K. I'm showing 1K.
But there's room for 1,000.
There's room for 1,000. Oh my gosh, guys! I'm showing 1K.
Yeah.
I'm seeing 1K. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Hey, there we go. That's a train.
Oh. Sean, yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. How exciting. I was hoping we could do this, guys. I was hoping we could do it. Okay, so Sean says he thinks he was 1,000. Ann was $9.99. So Ann was the 999th happy haunt there with
Wonderful Word of Walter.
That is so great. Oh my goodness. That is so great, guys.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that.
Congratulations to y'all.
Congratulations.
Worked very hard for this.
Mark and Irene, we love you guys. We're definitely going to have you on now. But yeah, that is so exciting. I know you guys have worked real. That's the toughest. That's the toughest number to hit, guys. Hey.
That's so exciting.
Good to see you, Jeff. Aw. Thank you. Wally is jumping up and down. Aw. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Yeah, shows 1K. That's fantastic.
Well, that's big. We're excited for you. Wally, congratulations.
Welcome in, Jeff and Ange. Yeah, congratulations.
We're so excited for you. That is so great.
Welcome in, Jeff and Ange.
Good deal. I love it.
So yeah, I guess it's train horn time then.
It is.
It's all right if you have headphones in, or if you've got the TV turned up really loud, don't want to wake everybody up. You have a loud noise warning coming. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Woo!
Congratulations, Mark and Irene and Wally.
Oh my goodness. That is
on
so
1,000 subs.
We're excited about that. Yeah.
Very excited for y'all. That is fantastic.
Thanks so much, guys. All you in the chat for pushing them over.
Welcome in, WDW Max. Thanks for being here. I think you may be new to our stream. So
good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for being here. But yes, very excited for our friends Mark and Irene. Wonderful Word of Walter. Thanks for checking them out and giving them some support. Check out their videos. Check out some vlogs.
Definitely.
Because they do a great time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you guys really do. Very, very professional. Professional looking stuff.
Wally loved the whistle and just said, hit the party lights. Yeah, welcome in, new friends. Yes, that's fantastic. That is wonderful. I'm glad to be able to celebrate with y'all live.
This is our pleasure, guys.
So again, look, I wanted to go back real quick. So, streamed walk around, and I said, I got into the boathouse. I want to back up just a little bit. To any cast member, current or future, it doesn't take just a ton to make somebody's day. We were there at check-in, so immediately as we showed up, and I'm going to give a shout out here to thank you, Mickey Sightings. So we showed up and they said, "Hey, are you checking in?" And we said, "Yeah." The cast member that met us said, asked for our party names, for who we booked under. And then, said, "Oh, y'all are in building 8, y'all are in building 9. He said, "Hey, why don't we see about, moving y'all close together since you're vacationing together." And so they said, just go in, go talk to them at the front desk. about getting, they just mentioned, hey, we're vacationing together. Can you move our rooms next to each other? And so we were in building 8 originally, and they moved us then to building 9 right next to Garrett and Casey. And I want to give a big shout out to, and I've already done a cast, Jillian, I think, did a cast compliment for Laura at the front desk there at Art of Animation. We showed up. She gave Mickey Mouse stickers to the kids. Not just one sticker per kid. She gave several per kid. And see, the stickers it doesn't take much. That's right. I just want to contrast real quick. Our experience staying at, and we've enjoyed staying at Pop. But on our last trip in November, we were there for Wyatt's first ever trip to Disney. And it was his birthday. He was turning 3 on that trip. Hey, welcome in, Space Mountain Dave Cantrell. Thanks for being here. So many things on this trip were night and day better than our last trip. And case in point, on our last trip at Pop, granted there were a lot of people there at the front desk. We said, hey, is there any way you could, do a little extra magic for us? We showed up. Wyatt was exhausted. We needed a room. Or, it was past 3. 3 o'clock is when you're supposed to be able to check in. And that, the room wasn't ready. Wyatt's cranky. We're exhausted. And they said, they just said, I was like, is there any way, we could get a little extra magic? I just floated it out there. They said, no, there's nothing we can do for you. No sticker, no, that's wonderful. It's so exciting you're here for your son's first ever trip. And his birthday.
Appreciate you popping in.
No, they did not make any sort of hullabaloo about any of that.
All right.
And so it's, and really, that's a point that I was going to make, Mark.
Yeah.
It's
there you go.
People just seem to be, the cast members just seem to be, granted, I still came across a couple that were a little bit cranky, but which used to never happen. Either I was oblivious. I can remember on a trip, might have been in 2008, if not earlier, maybe 06, 05, somewhere in there. I can remember the first time on a trip down to both Universal and Disney that a worker was ever rude. And I can remember where it was and where it happened. All the times, we started going back to Disney a whole lot around that time, and we went to Universal Studios. And I can remember we did a single rider line for Spider-Man at Island of Adventure. I think that's the right side. It's been a while since I've been to the Universal, but anyway, we were there for the Spider-Man ride, and I can remember we're in the solo rider line, and this dude, and Adam was pretty young at this age. He was not, he wasn't, 10, I don't think. And so anyway, this dude snapped at Adam, and we had the discussion right there at the time, and why he didn't even do anything dangerous. Like, he didn't do anything wrong. Like, he thought he was supposed to follow along and go get in the line, and he wasn't supposed to. And this dude snapped it at him, and we said, quote unquote, that would never happen at Disney. And so,
and that used to be the case.
That was the standard, and that was our experience up to that point.
Right.
And so anyway, that was the first time I ever remembered anybody at Universal or Disney snapping or, getting cranky, or being in a bad mood or not giving, great service. Russ says he could give us all sorts of stories about root CMs. So anyway, that was
everybody has everybody has an off day. Everybody has an off day. We don't know what's going on in people's lives, and so.
But anyway, big shout out to Laura. Nice. It doesn't take much. A Mickey sticker can make a kid's day. If they're if they're cranky or not happy or whatever, it could turn the tide, and the parents appreciate it as well. Yeah. So anyway, Laura goes above and beyond. She calls the people she's got to call to get us moved from building 8 to building 9 with our friends. We're right there next door to each other. It's fantastic. anyway, fast forward back ahead. So also at that time, I don't want to steal too much of Jillian's thunder because I'm sure she's going to talk about this on What's Brewing. Also, at check-in, Jillian asked for a button. She said, "Hey, do you have any I'm celebrating buttons?" And, and Jillian had mentioned, she's like, "Hey, on our last trip, we stayed at Pop. It was Wyatt's first trip. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Mickey Sightings.
Appreciate
Have a
it,
good
Sean.
night. Appreciate it, Sean. But I can say it all. Okay. So Jillian said, "Hey, can I have an I'm celebrating button?" She said, I just got Teacher of the Year there for the extended day program at my school district.
Oh,
And
good.
yeah, there you go. I'm going to do a slideshow picture. Okay, there we go. So you have that to look forward to
Good.
for What's Brewing with the Bones. Jillian will do a slideshow of pictures from our trip. And I have to give another shout out also later on in the stream because of this. But anyway, Jillian said, "Hey, can I get an I'm celebrating button? I want Teacher of the Year." And Laura just went over the top. It's like, it's wonderful. You're investing in our young people, help growing the future leaders of tomorrow. Just talked about how vitally important it was, for Jillian to have won Teacher of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
And so she put that on our account. And so people that, anytime we interacted with people, they were able to see that, like the remainder of the trip, seemingly. Mm-hmm. Anytime we dealt with guest services or anything like that, they're able to see that, which right. I'll give another example later on. So anyway, this is really, really cool. Let's see here. So anyway, fast forward again. So big shout out to Laura. She gave Jillian her button. She put tape over it too, so the ink didn't fade. Yeah. Thanks, Mark. We're very, very, very proud of her. Yeah, that's awesome, Russ. Yeah, because it wasn't expected. That's always the best too. Whenever you don't have to directly.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah. So anyway, fast forward, Disney Springs. We went, walked around to the different stores. Did the boathouse. Went back to World of Disney. Walked over to the pin trading shop. They had an a rough interaction with a lady that was running the trains next to the pin store. But anyway, I don't want to get too caught up on that. So anyway, we take the bus back to Art of Animation. We get to our rooms, and I was the first one to walk in. Jillian and Wyatt were kind of trailing just behind me with the stroller. I was the first one to walk in. The light was on, and I walk in, and I turn around and close the door, and I said, hold on a second. And like the door had closed behind me. Jillian was still talking to our friends. And so I opened the door and I said, hold on a second, so I could get my phone up and start filming. I walked into the room and there was an Art of Animation bag on the table. And I was like, what is this? Like, I didn't do this. And I, opened up the card. Actually, the card's over here. I can tell you the card. Hold on a second.
This is really cool.
So in the bag, which ignore the fact that congratulations is spelled wrong, but it says, "Gosh, congratulations on 2022 Best Teacher of the Year. Gosh, hope you're having a magical celebration. Your pal Mickey Mouse."
How cute is that?
So this was in the gift bag at the top, which we'll have to show some of the merch later on. Because I don't have it with me.
Jillian will probably do that on Saturday.
Yeah, she'll probably do it with What's Brewing. So again, tune in for What's Brewing with the Moms. So anyway, the gift bag was there, and I opened this up. I was like, oh man, I could tell there's more stuff in here. So obviously, I got really excited. Jillian hadn't come in yet, and I poked my head out and said, "Hey, hold on just a second." And she was like, "What? What's going on?" And so she was very confused. I was acting weird, and so she walks in. And sees the bag, and it's like I said, it's got the Art of Animation logo on. It's a little black gift bag. Had the card in the top, and so she goes, "Yeah, there you go."
Yeah,
Jeff. But in the gift bag there's this
so
card. There was an Art of Animation mug. There's an Art of Animation frame. I've got the frame over here. Hold on.
Let's see. Yeah, this was so cool. It was just a whole gift bag, guys. Of there was a frame, there was a mug.
Here's the frame.
Yeah,
I'm trying to hold it up there.
Really, Art of Animation frame. Really,
So it's got
really
the Little
cool.
Mermaid on the top with a kind of a pinkish
so great gift bag
border. Car section on the side with a yellow border.
Isn't that great, Mark? I mean, yeah, this
the
was
Lion King. Lion King here with kind of a green border, and then the other side the Nemo.
Stacy wants to know how congratulations is spelled.
It's missing the A between the R and the T. It's missing the A.
You spelled it right, Stacy. This is how congratulations is spelled. They just left it. Yeah, it was left out. And yeah. Just adds to the story, right?
But anyway, yeah. So the frame, a mug, an Art of Animation mug, that's super cool. And then a box of Mickey chocolates. And it was just like it was like probably
very nice.
almost 50, if not 50, it was probably just below $50 worth of stuff. And so we were just blown away because it's been seemingly so long since we've had anything like that happen to us.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely never had Disney give me that much stuff.
Right.
But
it was
just the biggest shout out possible to Laura, because the magic didn't end there with Teacher of the Year. There we go. Jillian says she thinks it's more than 50. The coffee mug alone was 30. Yeah. I'm sure there's probably a sticker on the frame, but anyway, it was very exciting, and very, just night and day. Yeah. Mark said the CM had to call the resort to get that done. Wow. Yes, exactly, Ann. Now that's the Disney
exactly,
we know and love. Exactly.
Yeah.
We were just blindsided. I'd heard of things. I've got a book over here on my desk that mentions, doing the little things like, if a family has a kid, like leaving a plush like in their room or something, surprise plush and like milk and cookies or something like that. Yeah. And I don't think they do as much of that now, but the book that I have of a former VP of Disney mentioned that.
I know a lot, yeah.
Yeah. And so exactly, contrast Laura at Art of Animation with the person who just told me there's nothing we can do for you. At Pop Century in November. I mean, our son's first ever trip to Disney, and it's his birthday. And you're telling me there's nothing you can like. I wasn't asking anything. I was just saying like, hey, can you please get us a room because our son is exhausted and everything. And so anyway, Laura helped restore kind of our faith in things, the extra magic that Disney can add to your trip. Because again, it's
first good sprinkle of pixie dust,
in a while.
Oh yeah.
And so anyway, the magic didn't stop there either. So strap in and
that kind of continued, the rest of the trip because that stayed on your account. And
so anyway, that was super exciting. That was our first day there, and we haven't even stepped foot into a park yet. So let's see, Tuesday of last week, we did the resort guest early entry rope drop. So we were there standing on the bus at 7:30 as they were dropping off other people. Like the bus was literally waiting for it to hit 7:30 and then pulled up and dropped us off. We went and stopped by and got Starbucks. Since we had kids with us, we did Peter Pan's Flight first. The line was wrapped, so the line, even with us early entry resort rope dropping it, the Peter Pan's Flight, the line was wrapped all the way around the ride entrance into the little hallway, and around almost down toward Memento Mori. It was just over a 30-minute wait. And now, again, that was at resort entry rope drop.
We appreciate it.
Have a good night, Nick. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Uh, and so next thing we did, line was super short, was Prince Charming's Regal Carousel. I had Wyatt try to pull the sword out of the stone too.
Now, now you had lightning lanes for this day. So how many
yes,
lightning lanes did you have?
So Space Mountain previously used to be individual lightning lane along with Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Space Mountain currently, I think until August, I want to say in August, some of those rides that are not currently, that kind of got bumped from being individual lightning lane status. I think Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway, Space Mountain, and maybe Everest. There's on Disney's website, you can search and see, just search Walt Disney World individual lightning lane, and it shows you a list of them. So, so you don't have to pay for the Space Mountain individual lightning lane anymore. It's just included in the regular Genie Plus lightning lane service. So we did Prince Charming's Regal Carousel. The first thing that we lightning laned today was Space Mountain. And so something I want to mention you're able to do pick your lightning lane selection, not individual lightning lane. Individual lightning lane and lightning lane. You can make both of those selections. There you go. Hey, yeah, that's fantastic, Kevin. That's a very, very true, Nick. Mom tends to bump around as of late.
So Nick, you're kind of giving me a challenge, man. I've got a reputation to uphold.
Yeah. Oh man, we're already an hour mark, and I'm first day of my trip. We may have to make this a two-parter also.
That would be fun.
But so we were ready at 7. We got our Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, individual lightning lane, and we booked Space Mountain. So I want to tell you something. If you're buying Genie Plus, and say, okay, the park opens at 9. If what you lightning lane is past 2 hours out, so say park opens at 9, your first lightning lane for Space Mountain's at 11:30. Once it hits 11, you're able to book your next your next lightning lane because it's 2 hour increments.
Thanks, Tina.
And so, thanks, Tina. Appreciate you being here. Let's see. Sorry, making a little note. So I'd written in my notes here that Wonderful World of Walter was close to 1,000 subs, and now I just marked out over close to it, over 1,000 subs.
Tina, Wonderful World of Walter, we pushed him over 1,000. So if you're not subbed, Tina, to Wonderful World of Walter,
check them out. So our first lightning lane was Space Mountain. And we came off of Space Mountain, and we kind of flip flopped with the couples. I think me and Garrett did the first round of Space Mountain, and then and the girls watched the kids, and then we flip flopped, and we watched the kids while the girls rode it. We did the Stitch and Buzz Lightyear distance pictures, so there are still some characters that are doing distance meet and greets. So Stitch and Buzz Lightyear both came out there on the stage, kind of close to Carousel of Progress.
No, Mark.
No, not quite.
Not quite.
Not quite.
I appreciate that, but
it might have helped, push you across the finish line. But no, you've been running the race completely up to this point. So,
well, thank you. That's very kind of you.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks, Flo. So after the Stitch and Buzz Lightyear distance pictures, we walked over to the Laughing Place playground, and we thought about riding Splash Mountain and doing rider swap. But so the kids were playing in the Laughing Place playground there. So if you walk, there's the lines for Splash Mountain. And so there's a kind of statue of Brer Bear, Brer Fox, and Brer Rabbit. And so there's kind of like a little tunnel that you walk underneath, like where the railroad track is. If you walk under there and to the right, there's a little play area. That's what I'm referring to. No, we did not have turkey legs on this trip. I'm sorry, Dean. I walked past them and smelled them, and thought of you while doing so. But no turkey legs on this trip.
That's something we got to put on our list to grab a turkey leg. Hopefully, Dean, we can do it together when we're down next.
So we were very close at that. While the kids were playing, we got close to our Haunted Mansion lightning lane time. And so we ended up walking over, back through Liberty Square and Frontierland back to the Haunted Mansion. We did our lightning lane. So that was our second lightning lane of the day. And then our friends hadn't done Mickey's Fill Our Magic yet because it was closed. So they left right basically as we were starting our trip in November. So like right after we left, Mickey's Fill Our Magic reopened with the Coco scene added into it. Love the new Coco scene. It fits in flawlessly.
Okay.
And it's a lot of fun.
Cool.
So anyway, it's a lot of fun. They thoroughly enjoyed Mickey's Fill Our Magic. So we left there and went to Gaston's Tavern, got the cinnamon roll and LeFou's brew, which I've got the cup in there, just hand washed it earlier. So I don't have it in here with me right now. I'll have to kind of gather up all my stuff, all my merch, and show it next
Y'all
week.
might have to do a merch stream. Y'all might have to do a merch stream, just show all of it.
And
I've got some stuff to show, if we get to it.
It's my first time, I believe, having the Gaston cinnamon roll. Very, very good. We did not ask for extra icing, but I was very impressed by Garrett and Casey because they asked for the extra icing. And so that's that they've been watching Disney Food Blog. Thanks, Kevin. I agree, Tina. It fits in really, really well. So love that they added that scene to Fill Our Magic. And kids enjoyed it. Wyatt was not a big fan of the 3D. A lot of times he'd take off his glasses during some of the 3D shows. We did, Muppet Vision. We did Mickey's Fill Our Magic.
Mm-hmm.
So he wasn't necessarily a big fan of the 3D effects.
As a child, I remember now the 3D wasn't as good when I was little.
Yeah.
But I remember as a child, I wasn't exactly sure what it was supposed to do. I don't know. I'm sure it has improved, but it's possible that Wyatt really didn't, understand and being so young.
So after, exactly, Russ. It's only a matter of time. Garrett says, haha, not too many people want to talk about that Bruno guy. Poor guy. Just misunderstood. Yeah, I will not tolerate any Bruno slander. He got a bad rap.
I did.
But anyway, after Gaston's Tavern, and again, really enjoyed that. You might want to get his eyes checked. Yeah, maybe. But the next thing we did was was Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid. The next thing we did after that was the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train individual lightning lane, which coincidentally was also Wyatt's first ever roller coaster ride. So Seven Dwarfs Mine Train was Wyatt's first ever roller coaster.
That's a great one. That's a great.
And he rode it with his mommy. We me and Jillian had a handshake deal. She got Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I got Slinky Dog Dash. So it was only fair.
Right.
So anyway,
right.
Wyatt was tall enough. It wasn't by a lot. So if you remember, in November, Wyatt was a fingertip length too short to ride Slinky Dog Dash and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. And so anyway, this trip was very exciting. We had measured him with the meter stick that we have, or yardstick that we have, and we're like, okay, I'm pretty sure he's right there. And so Big Thunder is a perfect first coaster, Wally's favorite. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it is.
But anyway, very excited. And I'll talk more about Slinky Dog Dash in a minute. But let's see. The next thing we did was another lightning lane. Jillian didn't feel like riding Big Thunder, and so Garrett, Casey, and I all went to go ride Big Thunder Mountain, and that was again another lightning lane. So that's 1, 2, 3, third lightning lane of the day.
Okay.
We went after that, went back across, and went and rode Dumbo. Had a lot of fun doing that. Next, we did the Mad Tea Party, teacups with me and Jillian
What did
Wyatt.
Wyatt think about the teacups?
He loves the teacups. The teacups are one of his favorite. So he loves Dumbo.
Good.
Teacups and Dumbo may be like two of his absolute favorite
That's
rides.
good.
It's funny too. So Wyatt, having never been on a roller coaster before, oh, very cool. Oh, that's awesome. Where'd you get that height chart, Mark? That is fantastic.
Oh my goodness.
That is really, really cool. So yeah, if you send it to us, send a link to us if you have that.
Yeah,
Mark, because that is really neat.
Yeah. Neat.
Let's see. So the next thing we did was I went, I think, to the restroom, or I had to go get a stroller or something like that. I took some pictures of me with Beast Castle. Irene made very cool. Oh, that's too cool. So yeah,
you have to send us a picture.
Yeah, send us a picture of that.
Definitely, yeah, that's quite a great idea. That's very clever.
So on every trip, Julie likes to mess with me, but on every trip, I like to stop somewhere and take pictures just by me, like myself, like just last trip was Jillian and Wyatt were back at the room. I was streaming. I walked over towards Spaceship Earth and I said, "Hey, I really like to get some pictures of me in Spaceship Earth." So that's what I did. So anyway, Jillian caught me this time around. Jillian and Wyatt showed up while I was taking pictures in front of Beast Castle, and they crashed the party and joined in on the pictures. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, exactly. She needs to put it on Etsy. Exactly, Tina. There's an opportunity here.
Big time.
But so we took some pictures. Next, we saw the Adventureland Friends Cavalcade, which was our first time seeing that in person. So much fun, great characters, really, really neat. We enjoyed it. Wyatt loved it. Next thing we did after that was, I don't know the words to the Adventureland Friends Cavalcade, but
I'm not sure.
I don't know the words, but I like to hum along with it anyway. And so our fourth lightning lane of the day, let's see, double checking this, 1, 2, let's see here. I guess third lightning lane of the day, actually. We did Pirates of the Caribbean right before our Liberty Tree Tavern reservation. So ate at Liberty Tree Tavern.
It's always a great treat.
It's hard to go wrong with Liberty Tree. If you enjoy Thanksgiving food, it is hard to go wrong with Liberty Tree.
Good holiday feast. It really is. Very traditional.
So very, very good. We enjoyed that. Again, that's that one's it's hard for them to miss. It's usually very good. So enjoyed Liberty Tree Tavern. Next thing we saw was Mickey's Friendship Fair. And so we were kind of walking, kind of making our way towards Tomorrowland. And so we passed by a little castle show as Mickey's Friendship Fair was going on. So they brought out various princesses and princes. I think Donald came out with some Tangled characters. They did a little Frozen segment.
I've seen that one. Yeah.
It's a neat little show. And Jillian White and I stopped and took pictures with the Mickey and Minnie 50th statues. And so we made our way, back across over toward Tomorrowland, rode the People Mover, and then rode on Tomorrowland Speedway. And this is really cool because on the Speedway, Garrett was wearing a shirt from Etsy, I think. for the Tomorrowland Speedway. Like had one of the ride
Oh.
cars on it. Said Tomorrowland Speedway.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
so him and Francine rode it together, and me and Wyatt, rode in another car. But Wyatt Garrett had that shirt on for the Tomorrowland Speedway. So he makes his way all the way back around, and they were all the cast members were very excited about it because they're like, we pretty much never see a Speedway
Right,
shirt.
that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
And so whenever he came back around, like and finished the ride, they said, "Hey, do you want to go around again?"
Oh,
And so and so he's like, I would, but we've got to get to our spots for the fireworks. And so anyway, that was a neat, it was really neat that they offered to let him go around again.
It was neat.
And he would have had time. He'd have had time.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we then Jillian and Casey and Jillian and Casey and their youngest went, and they were holding down our spots for the fireworks for the enchantment show. So we were on if you're facing the castle, we were on the right side of the hub. It had good spots, and I held Wyatt for the show. And for whatever reason, he was, he did not like the loud noise from the fireworks and everything. And so, but he liked the projections, but he wanted to sit in a stroller, but I went, I held him for the whole show and everything. He ended up falling asleep like right after.
He went hard all day.
Oh yeah, he went hard all day.
So
and didn't take a nap. And so he seemed to enjoy he enjoyed the fireworks. I think he enjoyed the show at Epcot. Maybe because it's not as close, I guess, maybe. Maybe there's distance factor. I don't know, but it seemed to stress him out less with that show. Let's see here. And so we, enjoyed Enchantment. And then we, last ride of the night was Splash Mountain, which we, again, split the couples up and swapped. And aloha, welcome in. Great to see you, Elena. Thanks for being here.
Good to see you.
So that wrapped up our first day. We did want to mention, which Jillian will probably bring this up, we saw some Jungle Cruise skippers talking to ghost hosts and hostesses in Liberty Square, which, you rarely ever see them's out of place. But we were like, what in the world are the Jungle Cruise skippers doing over in front, in Liberty Square?
It's strange.
So, maybe Russ.
That's a good point, Russ.
But anyway, that was something. It was a little bit before I was earlier in the day as we were kind of passing through that area. Yeah, that's not allowed exactly, Stacey.
That's why we have utilidors. We're not supposed to fraternize.
So the next day, everybody's worn out. Wyatt and Jillian are both worn out. I needed to get some. I needed to get some work done for my college class, and so because it's close to the end of the class. So anyway, I did some work while they had slept in, and so we left the room around 9:23.
Must have been it.
To go ride the Skyliner, which Wyatt loves the Skyliner. He remembered what it was called. He loves seeing the gondolas anywhere we see them. He was, if we were driving somewhere and he could see it, he loves the Skyliner. So we rode the Pirate Skyliner car. Hey, welcome in, Mandy Adams. Thanks for being here.
Mandy,
I think you may be newer to our stream as well. Appreciate you dropping in. We're talking through our me and Wyatt and Jillian, our son, went with some friends to Disney World last week. So I'm walking through kind of the things that we did. So which we may have to turn this into a two-parter because there's a lot to talk about. But this is last Wednesday. We left our room around a little before 9:30. Went down to the Skyliner. Hey, welcome in. Great to see you, Francisco. let's see here. Appreciate you being here, Francisco. So we took the Skyliner. There was no line at this point. Obviously, I think early entry into Hollywood Studios was like around 7:30ish. And so we ended up, there was no line for the Skyliner. You know, we left the room around a little before 9:30. Got into the park at 9:43 a.m. Just to give you an idea, roughly 20 minutes from room to Hollywood Studios are roughly 20 minutes with zero wait at either Skyliner station.
Stacy said it sounds like Wyatt needs that new popcorn bucket.
Oh yeah,
Skyliner
exactly.
Popcorn bucket.
Yeah,
I would love to have that one too, Stacy.
Yeah, first thing we did, first lightning lane of the day, was Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Hey, that's fantastic. Hope you have a magical time, Mandy.
Yeah, that's great. Did you have
really
any questions? That we didn't have any questions we might?
Let us know. So we did Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway Lightning Lane. Wyatt loves that ride, and so it's fun as usual. We did the Ronto Roasters for breakfast. Got the breakfast Ronto wrap.
Always a good option.
Batu and Sunrise drink also. I'll tell you what. You know, regardless of how my morning's going, if I have a breakfast Ronto wrap, I'm set. There's nothing, nothing can bother me. It'll completely turn the darkest of nights today. I really do enjoy the breakfast Ronto wrap and the regular Ronto wraps as well. But big fan of the breakfast Ronto wrap
too.
Yeah,
they're good.
It's good sustenance for a Disney trip. A good way to start your day. Breakfast Ronto wrap is in my Disney food bucket list. Yes, you got to give it a go. It's so many of the breakfast options are very sugary, and so it's nice to have something that's a bit more hearty that'll stay on your stomach. So anyway, we did the breakfast Ronto wraps and Batu and Sunrise. Thank you, very good. Toy Story Mania went down. So we had a lightning lane for Toy Story Mania, but it went down. So they gave us a lightning lane in the app. And so we were going to attempt to use said lightning lane. So Slinky Dog Dash is in a different tier currently. And so we were not able to use our, we thought, okay, we've got basically a lightning lane for anything we want to do, because Toy Story Mania went down, and we were very excited. We're like, okay, let's take Wyatt to go do Slinky Dog Dash, and there's some fine print on that little, it's like multiple experiences. I can't remember, multiple experiences available or something like that, is what it shows in the app. Hey, can you see my cup? Yeah, it's my little pork cup from Oga's Cantina. My little pork mug.
Cool.
Oh yeah, super glad character hugs are back. So yes, actually, later in this day that I'm talking about here, Mandy, our first character hug, since they brought him back, our first character hug was Sully from Monsters Inc. You can meet him at One Man's Dream, and so of course they're delicious.
Good night, Wally.
Oh, have a good night, Wally.
Good night, sweetie. Have a good night. Sleep well.
Yeah.
So long, farewell, Arvidas, and good night. I think Wally's singing to the tune of Sound of Music for us.
Yeah.
Good night, sweetie.
So we mistakenly thought we could use our free lightning lane for
anything.
Slinky Dog Dash. So we get up to the thing, and they're like, "Hey, you like, hey, what's going on? Do you actually, like, we scanned it and you got the blue light, which you don't want the blue light. You want the green light." So anyway, they're like, "Hey, what's going on?" We're like, "Oh, Toy Story Mania is down." And so we thought we could use our lightning lane here. and they're like, no, it's a different tier. And Wyatt has already walked through, like he's expecting, like we're scanning him in. So, he'd already walked through the style, and so they're the touch points. And anyway, we had to bring him back. And so, Slinky Dog Dash has been something like kind of a rite of passage, if you will. We've used Slinky Dog Dash to, make sure that he, behaves well, that he eats his food, so he grows up big and strong, so he can ride Slinky Dog Dash. So anyway, we got him all geared up to ride it, and then, we can't actually use our landing lane here, our free landing lane here. And so anyway, we had to bring him back. He was confused, and we were frustrated because we didn't realize we couldn't use it for that. You have to click into it, and then it shows you the list of things you can pick from.
It shows you that the rods are divided into tiers.
Yeah.
Guys,
and so anyway,
TIERS, and Slinky Dog is in a different tier.
And so anyway, we were frustrated, and so what we ended up doing was using it on Smuggler's Run. And so now this was a proud dad moment for me. Granted, Wyatt knows next to nothing about Star Wars other than the plushes that we have. Now he's getting to where he likes Star Wars.
We are working on it.
He does have Star Wars little golden books, so he knows about those. He's got a book, was I'm a Droid, is one of the little golden books. He loves droids. He thinks they're so cool. He loves seeing them around Galaxy's Edge.
Pretty much, Russ.
And so anyway, we ended up using our landing lane for Smuggler's Run instead. Wyatt was a gunner. I was a gunner. We were originally in the pilots area. Like we originally had pilots, we were set there riding the pilot seats. And there was a family. There was a family from the UK that was there. They had kind of an older son, who seemed to have some medical difficulties, and so we were talking with them, and I asked them. I said, "Hey, do you want to fly the Falcon?" And they're like, oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're just very grateful. And so anyway, we swapped with them. Wyatt and I were gunners. Jillian was an engineer. The mom of the family from the UK was the other engineer. And Wyatt did the best he could to reach up and push the button. But I was just proud to see him, sitting there in the Falcon, like being there. Sitting in the Falcon with my young son was probably one of the coolest things for me as a dad who loves Star Wars. Was probably one of the coolest things for me on this trip. At some point we are gonna, whenever he's bigger and kind of gets it a little more, I can't wait for the day that I'll wear my Chewbacca shirt. I'll sit in the Chewbacca seat. And let him ride in the Han seat, and we'll have father-son piloting of the Falcon.
There you go.
But
if he takes the right seat, he gets to put her into hyperdrive.
I know exactly. So anyway, I was very proud. Master Will with his Padawan learner. And I think Jillian may have gotten a picture or two of him in the Falcon. But anyway, we had a good time. We did not have a good run. I think we got one coaxium, so it was not a great run. But you do what you can. Anyway, the second time I rode the Falcon, I have to tell you about that because it was very, very funny. But anyway, the family from the UK is very appreciative. They said, it's obviously been a while since we've been able to come back to the States.
Yeah.
And so they're very appreciative, asked where we were from, and we talked with them a bit. So, but they were very appreciative, and we're very thankful. One is better than none, exactly.
Yeah. Does anybody ever? Surely nobody ever just gets It's none, right?
That would be just absolute. Like you would
That
have
would
to
be
be
bad.
purposely trying to wreck the Falcon. I think to
Hondo
get
would be
0.
upset.
So anyway, we did that. Loved riding Smuggler's Run. We got our Grogu Magic Shot together on our way to Smuggler's Run. We came back through. So the other thing too is after we got, shamefully sent away from Slinky Dog Dash, we tried to catch the Toy Storyland photo pass on our way back through towards Galaxy's Edge. There we go. But we walked up to that, and they were like, "Oh, sorry, friends. This is our last. This is our last person. We'll have another photographer coming." And we were just like, "Awesome!" Like we couldn't use the free lightning lane to ride Slinky Dog, and the photo pass person people are swapping out as we're walking up. Right. So we're like, man, we're really missing it this morning.
Got 1,000 here.
It's like, we're completely striking out. But anyway, on our way back through after riding Smuggler's Run, we came back into Toy Story Land, got our photo pass with the sign.
I'm suspicious, Garrett.
We did alien swirling saucers. Wyatt loves alien swirling saucers. And a cast member by the name of Cherry, which is a nickname. So like it's spelled like cherry. And I asked her later, I was like, is it Sherry or Cherry? She's like, it's a nickname. It's Cherry. But anyway, we got to the front, kind of where they break up the groups to go ride alien swirly saucers. The cast member by the name of Cherry started talking with Wyatt, and and we told her, it's like, oh, he went all day yesterday, didn't take a nap from 7:30 resort rope drop for early entry for resort people, all the way till 10:20 at night. He went all day, fell asleep a little after the fireworks, and so she was like, wow, that's so big of you, you're a big boy, and was talking to him, and she gave him a Mickey sticker. And so after having kind of been dejected and not get, him not understanding why he didn't get to ride Slinky earlier, she gave him, the sticker. And so that kind of, that helped, he didn't really understand what was going on with Millennium Falcon, but he thought it was fun. But anyway, right before Alien Swirling Saucers, the cast member by the name of Cherry gave us a sticker. And so Wyatt was excited about that. So said he did a great job being a big boy, and being a good boy, making it all day at the Magic Kingdom yesterday. I did a cast compliment for Terry.
Cast members focus on kids.
Yeah.
They and that's always been really the whole gist of cast members and making it special. And when you make it special for the kids, you make it special for us adults as well, for grandparents and for parents.
I was going to scroll up a little bit. I think I missed one. Let's see. You did Pixie Dust by the family. You did Pixie Dust, the family meal. Will, you made their day. The family from the UK. Yeah, thank you, Catherine. I appreciate that. Yeah. Let's see. I wanted to see what Mark had said. Wally got to pilot the Falcon with his grandpa on our Christmas trip. Proud dad moment here. Plus ragging on grandpa for missing the Punch and Chewy was fun. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Stickers are everything. Exactly. Yeah. Thanks, Debbie. Poor porgs there. It seems like the porgs always get the short end of the.
I've had cast members hand me stickers before, and I love them.
So we ended up doing a cast compliment for Cherry. You could do that in the Disney World app. In my Disney experience, they've made it super accessible now. To help guide them toward who it is. You need their name, how they made their day special. They have a list you can scroll through. You need their name. It helps to have their like the hometown they have listed on their badge and the state, and then the day of your interaction. Like it's quick and easy. Great way to recognize cast members that go above and beyond for you. So we've made good use of that. Jillian and I also joked that maybe there should be a cast critique or cast, maybe even complaint option too.
That would be to guest services after you get home.
Yeah, there you go. And so we joked about that. We met up with Garrett and Casey next to Smuggler's Run after Alien Swirling Saucers. And Garrett and I both alternated out and did single rider for Smuggler's Run. And so I rode with another family from the UK and then someone else. And we were both engineers. And so anyway, we got, I had just two really, really rough runs on Smuggler's Run that day. And what was hilarious was after we finished, the cast member comes stumbling around the corner and like catches himself on the wall. And he's like, my goodness. He's like, don't worry about me. I wasn't strapped in back here. And so he's like, you guys are going to want to hurry and get out of here before the Wookiee sees what you did to the Falcon. And it was it was the funniest thing. And he said, and what was funny was, he had walked through, he'd been there with us and walked through like, the ride, like each of the different roles and everything. And I told him I was the engineer, and he's like, based on the looks and feels of it, you were the only one trying to keep the Falcon in one piece.
That's funny. That's
and
funny.
So and I just laughed so hard when he came stumbling around that corner like he had just been thrown all over. There's
cast members are really starting to have fun again.
Yeah,
the cast members are just guys.
I think a BB-8 kind of rolling around in the Falcon in that one scene. Yeah. And so anyway, it was very, very funny. So shout out. I couldn't remember his name, but he was like, yeah, if you're the engineer, cool. You're the only one trying to keep the Falcon in one piece. And I was doing the best I could to punch all the buttons to fix it. Because we banged and clanged off a lot of stuff on that run. After that, Ray and Vi and Chewie were all under that area under the Falcon, kind of walking around, meeting people, which was neat. So we, took the kids over there to see them. Next, we ate at, a notorious restaurant. I've not eaten at this restaurant since it was Pizza Planet. We ate at Pizza Rizzo because my friend Garrett is a big Pizza Rizzo fan. And so anyway, and we razzed him about it. We gave him a hard time. And again, I haven't done Pizza Rizzo since it was Pizza Planet.
No, it's been that long.
Anyway, what is it? The pillow pizza? I can't remember what Disney football called it. But I got my pillow pizza. We ate upstairs in a disco ballroom that was playing good music. The kids have a blast with it. There was us and like one. So one of the sayings that Garrett had for Pizza Rizzo, he jokingly said, "best pizza on property." It was, and so we turned that into a joke and used it on everything. And it's like, if something happened, we were like, "Oh, best ride on property." So that's how we referred to Splash Mountain, best ride on property. And so we would, insert thing here. We'd be like, "Oh, best treat on property," best food on property. And so it just became a running joke for the trip, whatever it was, we'd say, "Oh, best insert thing here on property." So it's just a running joke. And so it was very, very funny. Will, is this a two-parter? Oh, absolutely. We're an hour and a half in, and I have not, I'm not even halfway through the trip.
Do a two-parter.
So yeah, I don't have to do a two-parter. So
Catherine needs to go to bed.
Yeah, sorry, Catherine. So we ate up in the upstairs in the disco ballroom. There was room for the kids to dance around. So Garrett and the kids kind of danced
that's
around a
See,
little
I
bit.
haven't been up there.
Yeah.
I have not stepped foot in there, guys, since it became Pizza Rizzo.
Yeah.
I have not.
And so, you know, there's a water station downstairs, and, you know, around the, you know, they frown on using your personal water bottles, like filling up your personal water bottles, but you can fill up cups and kind of pour them in.
Sure.
And so it's a great way to fill your cups up, you know, which I've got a couple at the show next week that we bought while we were there. That was the lifesaver. Yeah, we had to eat there because of Garrett. Exactly. Tina says, yes, there's lots of room up there. Yeah. So there's like a disco ball up there, disco ball in that room. And there's like little lights that kind of flash in different areas of the room. So kids loved it. And so anyway, to satisfy our friend Garrett, we ate at Pizza Rizzo and we had a good time. You know, made the most of the atmosphere, able to get out of the heat, you know, able to hydrate a little bit with the water, you know, the little water station they had downstairs. You know, the changing area was really good. I was able to get Wyatt changed, you know, in the men's bathroom.
Why did they change that from Pizza Planet?
I don't know. Maybe because Toy Story Land got moved to where it was, and so they thought, hey, you know, this is the Muppets area. Let's go ahead and make it all Muppets. Let's go all in on the Muppets.
That's right. Honestly, guys, I have not checked it out because I don't eat pillow pizza. So
if it weren't for Garrett, we also would not have been eating pillow pizza. And let's see, yeah, exactly. So, Wonderful World of Walter says Pizza Rizzo's on our list to try. They have gluten-free crust and vegan cheese. So we want to try it just because it feels like it didn't ride a passage. Yeah. Yeah, Disney Pizza Planet didn't fit the theme of the area. Yeah. So anyway, we had Pizza Rizzo, which, you know, there were several things on this trip that were things that either I hadn't done in a long time or I've never done before. And so it was neat to do them. Oh, sorry, Catherine. Oh, have a good night. Thank you for being here.
Okay, Garrett's packing.
I hope your allergies get cleared up.
Hope you feel better.
So we had a great time, great company. You know, enjoyed the food at Pizza Rizzo. Slinky Dog Dash was after. So we were able to do Slinky Dog Dash. So here's what happened. After Pizza Rizzo, we went back to Alien Swirling Saucers. And I want to say maybe we lightning laned it this time.
It is, Russ.
So we went back to Alien Swirling Saucers. We walked in and we ran into Cherry again. And Cherry was excited to see Wyatt again. And she told us, you know, we kind of told them like, hey, you know, we told Cherry, you know, thank you, you know, for the sticker. You know, Wyatt was, you know, confused earlier because we got him all keyed up about going to ride Slinky Dog Dash, and then we weren't able to do it. And you know, and we're telling this story, and you know, Cherry had called over a couple of her cast member friends to you know, talk to Wyatt with her, and so we walked them through everything that happened and the whole thing with Slinky Dog Dash, and how we'd used it for, you know, motivation for Wyatt to make sure to eat his food, be well behaved, so he could ride, you know, grow up big and strong and ride Slinky Dog Dash. And Cherry said to Wyatt, she said, she's like, actually, I'm about to go off shift. She said, you're my last guest of the day and you're my favorite guest of the day. I said that to Wyatt, which was just the sweetest thing ever. And Dakota, I guess maybe the head CM, I don't know, but Dakota walks over. So we were talking to Cherry, and like I said, the other couple of CMs, and so they had kind of listened in on what had happened, and you know, and how, you know, significant Slinky Dog Dash, you know, was. Mm-hmm. Dakota walks over and grabs, you know, a little handheld thing. She says, "Hey, let me see your magic bands." and we stuck them out. And she said, "Now you can go ride Slinky Dog Dash whenever you want." For me and Wyatt and Jillian, was just the coolest thing.
So sweet, yeah.
And again, it was that it's that touch. It's that extra pixie dust that makes your Disney vacation that much more magical.
Any cast member on property, guys, is capable of that.
Yeah.
Any cast member on property is capable of sprinkling pixie dust. Yeah.
And it was not a situation where we were complaining. It was a situation where we were just telling them like, "Hey, thanks for the sticker."
Mm-hmm.
We ran into just a couple of snags this morning, so that sticker really helped make Wyatt's day, and we said thank you. We mentioned, hey, we've given you a cast compliment. We're really appreciative. Thank you. And then Dakota walks over and we were thanks, Tina. This trip was night and day different from our November trip. The cast members were better. Just seemed to be in a better mood. They are sprinkling extra magic on us. Like it was Wyatt was more well behaved. He ate, he drank, he had a lot of fun. It was so much better.
Stacy.
So the biggest shout out ever to Cherry and Dakota there at Alien Swirly Saucers, because we were bound and determined to do Slinky Dog Dash. Like if we had to do it at the end of the night, we were going to make it happen, because this was something that has been a long time coming for Wyatt, and it's something that we've been looking forward to for him for a long time. And so just the biggest shout out ever. And we did cast compliments for both Dakota and Cherry, for making us, making our day, for bringing the pixie dust, and again, it wasn't, we weren't complaining. We were just telling them our story,
Oh, okay, Elena.
Thank you for the sticker.
Different time for you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Elena. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks, Elena. I really appreciate it. Have a good night. That's a bummer, Russ.
Yeah, and Russ, Russ says unfortunately it's not true anymore. And I'm, with the changes that Disney has made, that doesn't surprise me. It used to be true that any CM could sprinkle pixie dust at any time. Russ says now a lot of it has to be approved first.
And so anyway, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And it was funny because Garrett, gave us a hard time. He's like, "Well, you couldn't have told him we had other people in the party too." But anyway, so we went over from Alien Swirling Saucers straight to Slinky Dog Dash, and we're able to use the lightning lane that they gave us. It was just so awesome to have them give that to us. And so anyway, Wyatt wrote, we and Wyatt wrote it together. It's so funny because, again, he's 3, like he's never experienced these types of things before. He had just done Seven Dwarfs Mine Train the day before, for his first ever coaster. And so he finally got to do Slinky Dog. He was excited, the emotions, he expressed so many different emotions riding both Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and Slinky Dog. Like he was excited, he was scared, he was having fun, like all at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
And so anyway, he didn't even know I hit him exactly, Jillian. So it was wonderful. Again, shout out to Cherry for being so sweet to Wyatt, saying that he was her last guest of the day because she was clocking out and favorite guest of the day. So
and Mark was saying earlier, Irene, that we're glad to see the cast members are kind of getting their stride back a little bit, on this. It's the thing is, it's been stressful. I mean, this is their livelihood. This is a lot of people that work in the parks, and there's so many Disney employees. Disney is the largest single site. Walt Disney World, Disney, is the largest single site employer in the United States. So, when we went through all of the COVID shutdown and all this, it was really just, chaotic for so many workers at Disney. The people at Epcot who were, your foreign ambassadors had to go home. Your CMs, your college program kiddos had to go home. So there's a lot of chaos. People got laid off. It was Disney.
Lots
really,
of upheaval.
Yeah, lots of upheaval. And so, it's really not surprising. And this is why we always need to try to be patient, with cast members. You never know what kind of day somebody's having. Always be kind. Doesn't cost you anything extra.
I can only imagine what some people have to deal with. But anyway, huge shout out to them. And, again, I was so proud. He was such a big boy about it. He had a great time on it. At first I asked him, I'm like, did you like that? And the only bummer was Wheezy was not singing whenever we ran. So he came around and Wheezy wasn't doing his normal thing, but I improvised and I sang it instead. So I had to pinch hit for Wheezy. So anyway, we got off and first his first response was he's like, did you like that? No. And then he said, I was like, you didn't have fun? He said, I liked it. I have fun. And so anyway, we walked over and I got him a little light up Slinky that they sell over in that area to celebrate it.
Wyatt is extremely articulate, guys, for 3 years old. He can talk to you just like an adult.
He got a Slinky for being a big
what's
boy.
going on in that head of his.
Yeah. And riding the ride, we did the let's see here. We did the Toy Story Land photo pass with the Woody sign on the other exit / entrance to Toy Story Land. Our friends walked over to Rock and Roller Coaster, and on our way, we stopped by One Man's Dream and kind of walked through it quickly and met Sully from Monsters Inc. Wyatt was very timid, very nervous about Sully because Sully's big. Sully's very large.
Yeah. Sully's one of the tallest characters.
And so Sully was our first character hug post, now that they've started allowing that again. Sully was our first character hug. There's a great picture of Jillian getting hugged by Sully with just the biggest smile on her face, very similar to the smile she has in the Nick Wilde and Judy Hopps picture at Disneyland or Disney California Adventure. Next, we're making our way to Rock and Roller Coaster, but we kind of peeked into the kind of animation courtyard area, and we saw Doc McStuffins doing meet and greets, Vampirina doing meet and greets, Fancy Nancy doing meet and greets, and Pluto. Yeah. So Pluto, bless Pluto's heart. Pluto was trying so hard to make Wyatt comfortable, and Wyatt just was not comfortable. So I had to pick him up and hold it for the picture. But Pluto was Wyatt's first ever autograph, and Wyatt did hand him the autograph book. So I was kind of the middleman helping him hold the book. But so Pluto was Wyatt's first ever character autograph.
That's neat.
Yeah. And again, bless Pluto's heart, because Pluto was working so hard to try and make it comfortable. Anyway.
I love that. I just love that.
We made our way over to we did some. So our friends were waiting for us at Rock and Roller Coaster, and we hit a couple of meet and greets because the lines were short. And our friends joked with us and said, "Are you going to stop and meet a trash can next?" And
we've already done that.
And Jillian sent them a picture of a trash can.
His name is Push.
They got a kick out of that. But next, we've made our way over to Rock and Roller Coasters. We swapped out with as couples to ride it, and then swapped. Let one couple watch the kids, and then flip flopped. The next thing we did was Star Tours, which it's been a minute since I've done Star Tours because I love spending time in Galaxy's Edge.
Oh yeah,
and the wait time for Star Tours was like 10 minutes. I mean, It was practically nothing. It's basically walk on. We had, so where all did it take us? Trying to remember where all it took us. We got Darth Vader to start the ride, and then we got we pod raced, and then we went down to the
I think I've never done
Gungan.
that.
Yeah, we pod raced. We went down to the Gungan, kind of under the water area, and we did one more thing. I can't remember.
Okay, see, I haven't done all that.
And so they have different things you can do. Different sequences for Star Tours. So that was the one that we did.
Like rotates, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, again, it had been a while since we'd done Star Tours, so I was glad to do it again. So we flopped out. The couples split up to ride it. So I rode it with Garrett, and Casey and Jillian rode it together. So we swapped out watching the kids. And so the next thing we did, which again, so we're getting close to the end of the second day of the trip, third day of the trip, second park day. But we went to guest services because Casey said, hey, Garrett and Casey got Rise of the Resistance. And I was kind of bummed because I've never gone to Hollywood Studios since Rise of the Resistance opened and not ridden it. I've nailed it every time, whether it was individual lighting lane or virtual queue, never missed it. And for whatever reason, we weren't on top of things, and I ended up not doing it this go around. I think it's because we went to the park a little bit later, and I think we were booking other stuff, and it just we didn't end up doing it. So I was a little bit bummed. But in comes cast member Ashlyn at the guest experience tent next to the Muppet area. We walked over there, and Garrett asked guest services, said, "Hey, can I transfer an individual lightning lane from Casey?" Because Casey was like, I don't have to ride it. I can ride it. She's like, I think you'd have a lot more fun riding it with Will. And so he asked, is there any way we could transfer it? So Ashlyn, cast member Ashlyn, brings up our accounts. And she was like, oh, you could always pass over, you could just let him use her magic band, to get in. You could do it that way. But instead, she looks at our accounts and she says, actually, I'm going to add your friends to your reservation. Because Mickey told me that somebody won Teacher of the Year.
Oh, yeah, there you go. There it is
so
again.
Garrett and Casey, had the individual lightning lanes for Rise. And she, again, we just went to guest services and we're like, hey, can we transfer it? We did not ask to add us on. That never came up. That was completely her idea. So she brought up our account. She said, hey, can I scan your magic band? And so she added me and Jillian to the reservation. And so boom, I went from, the force was with me. My goodness.
Yeah.
I went from, being a little bit bummed in the back of my head. I was like, okay, at some point I'm not going to make it on this ride.
Yeah.
To, I was like, okay, I have to come to grips with it.
Right.
Like,
I have to deal with it.
Yeah. It's like, at some point it's going to happen. So I guess it's now. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off.
Because you've gotten it every time.
I've never missed. I've never missed
Rise. Yeah.
Never tell me the odds.
Right. Exactly.
And so anyway, and so in the back of my head, I was like, oh man, Tina, I don't think she saw the pin. I think it was somewhere attached to our account.
It's in the comments. Well, a lot of times Jennifer will ask me when we're making a reservation, are you celebrating anything?
Yeah.
And so anytime they look, they can see birthday or graduation or whatever. So it kind of follows you around on your account in addition, to you having a pin.
Yeah. And so, and what's funny was Garrett was like, oh, don't tell her that. Her head's already big enough. It was that in addition to best ride on property, best food on property, like that running joke. The next one was, oh, we're with the teacher of the year.
Right. Exactly.
And so that kind of became that became a running joke in and of itself. And so anyway, we got tagged on to their rise reservations pro bono. Didn't cost us anything.
Yeah.
And so it was
fantastic.
I was pumped because I was like, I was just very excited because I mean, it's like all the pixie dust that we didn't get from Wyatt's first trip for his birthday
was on this one.
It's like they just took a bucket and we're like, they just dumped all sorts of pixie dust on top of us this time. So congratulations to Jillian for winning Teacher of the Year. Yeah. They really were. Yes, exactly. That wasn't a joke. They really were with the Teacher of the Year. So yeah. Jillian was kind of off to the side, so that button it wouldn't even been readily visible. So yeah, it's like they took a whole bucket of pixie dust and straight up like Super Bowl coach, like Gatorade bucket, dumped it onto us. And so anyway, so yeah, we got added to Rise. So cast compliment again for Ashland at guest experience tent there next to the Muppet area.
Yeah.
Next, me and Wyatt and Garrett and their oldest girl did Muppet Vision 3D, which
guys.
Wyatt loves. He calls them the Muppets. We don't watch the Muppets all that.
Little Miss.
Yeah. We don't watch the Muppets all that often. Jillian's not the biggest fan of the Muppets, but I think they're really funny. And I love the Muppet movies. Muppets Most Wanted, the other Muppet movie that came out with Walter in it.
Oh yeah.
And anyway, he said, I want to go see the Muppets. And so we took him to go do Muppet Vision, and they enjoyed it. Again, Wyatt kind of took off his glasses. He didn't want to wear them the whole time. But after that, we did the Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater, which, Mom, have I ever been to the Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater?
No.
I don't think I have. But I am a big fan of the vibe. It's just kind of quiet. It's kind of dark. Like, it's pretty chill, except for our party. I feel bad for anybody that sat close to us. The kids were keyed up, not naughty per se. They were just excited.
Yeah.
And we were cracking jokes and laughing at each other.
Yeah.
And so we were probably ruining the whole aesthetic for the cars next to us. I think it's really funny that the third row, I think it's really funny that they call the people sitting in the third row hitchhikers. And so I thought that was a funny little touch. But may the fourth be with you. Yeah, exactly. So our poor friends on the East Coast that have hung in there like Russ. It's already May 4th for them. So may the 4th be with you.
Oh, it is.
So I'm going to try to wrap this thing up. I'll have to end. I'll finish this day real quick. But really enjoyed the Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater. Are the movies that they show up on the screen pretty weird? Yeah, they are. But the kids didn't seem to mind. Everybody ate well. We had a good time. We were laughing and joking, and so it was. Thanks, Tina. It was a good time had by all. So anyway, we weren't too rambunctious, but we were definitely a little bit louder than the other groups in there. But again, really, I enjoyed the meal. I would say the burger was probably comparable to like a Red Robin burger. Mm-hmm. Maybe just a hair underneath that quality. But it was good. And so we went from Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater back over to Rise of the Resistance. It had Jillian and Casey actually got stuck on Rise of the Resistance. And so they got stuck kind of around the drop.
The elevator.
Yeah, I don't want to mess this up. Yeah, I don't want to mess this up because I think Stacy's still holding out. But anyway, it's not the food wheel. You're at a drive-in. Yeah, there you go. But yeah. So Jillian did a good job telling people about the channel on this trip and giving away buttons. So shout out to Jillian. Picked up a few subs because of it. Yeah, there was a crazy lady. Jillian can talk about that on What's Brewing. That there was a crazy lady that was just having the most wild experiences. You would think that she was
having a moment.
Yeah,
you would think that
she was on the wildest ride of the wilderness.
Yeah.
Oh, you're good, Stacy. I'm not going to mention any more about Rise, but they got stuck on Rise for a little bit, and so Garrett and I were watching the kids, and we took some pictures holding the lightsaber. So Garrett got the Cal Kestis lightsaber that's super cool from Star Wars Fallen Jedi, the video game. It's a relatively new lightsaber that they've rolled out, and so it was neat. But we got some cool pictures of us and the kids with one of the ships that's there close to Rise.
Yeah.
And then Garrett and I did Road Rise of the Resistance. And as we were kind of making our way out, you're good, Stacy. As we were making our way out of that area back towards the front, I decided, you know what, let's stop. Earlier in the day, I had seen at Tatooine Traders that little build a lightsaber area. And so I thought, you know what, I think it'd be really cool if I let Wyatt do that. And so I've actually got his lightsaber right here that he built. This is all him. He picked the color. And so he picked the color.
Sweet.
And here's the hilt. There's a little switch area. He went with the blue crystal, or not really crystal, but basically blue color crystal.
Love that noise, that sound.
But this is all him. I didn't guide him towards anything. I did guide him towards a single-ended one because I was like, he's just 3, so he's not super tall, so he probably just needs to go with the single-ended one.
The buttons that we use are A Wonderful World of Walter's asking about our buttons. They're Stickermule. It's a company called Stickermule.
Hey,
and the link
goes.
is in the description below. If you use our link, we both get a $10 credit. So if you're interested in channel buttons, by all means, use our link in the description of this video.
Welcome in.
Hatbox Ghost.
Great to see you, Hatbox Ghost.
Great to see you.
Yeah, still going strong. So here's the hilt that Wyatt built for his lightsaber. Really, really cool. And it's cool because I let him do his thing. Like, he picked out the pieces. I did guide him towards just doing a single-ended one instead of double-ended because, again, he's 3. He's not that tall. So the double-ended would have been hitting the ground.
Right, yeah.
But he picked it all out, and he loves it. So he had a lot of fun with it on the rest of the trip. But,
thanks for being our Hatbox Ghost. Our cousins.
That concludes our second park day. So we had a travel day last Monday. Then we did Magic Kingdom on Tuesday, Hollywood Studios on Wednesday. Again, just, a night and day difference. Wyatt he actually ate food. Not just, we didn't buy a single Uncrustables on this trip because Wyatt was eating the food at the meal. So
this trip was like the total opposite.
It was like the makeup. It was like a
trip.
Yeah, a makeup trip from the first trip where he took it for the 3rd birthday in November. So just went so much better. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut off my trip review here. You'll have to tune in next week. Well, so first of all, watch Jillian's What's Brewing with the Bones to see pictures. And then I'll cover. So next week I'll be covering. We went to Epcot on Thursday, Magic Kingdom on Friday, and then we had a travel day back home on Saturday. So tune in next week for me to cover the remainder of our trip. Again, it just, when am I doing brewing? Good question, Jillian. I don't know when you're scheduled to do what's brewing, but
it's on. I need I'll talk to you about it.
We can get synced up.
You gave me a date, but Jillian, I will talk to you about it. I need a.
So keep an eye out for what's brewing. It may or may not be this Saturday. It could be next Saturday, but
this coming Saturday is when you had it. Is when you told me originally, Jillian.
It'll be worth tuning into. Yeah.
Put a thumbnail out there, so just watch for it.
So again, covering the remainder of our trip from Epcot on through the rest of the trip next week. So again, it's like all the pixie dust that was clogged up in the line, just boom, just hammered us this time around. So anyway, sorry, Catherine. Yeah, exactly. Subscribe and ring the bell. That way you get notified. Thank you, Tina. So anyway, it's just we had a wonderful trip. I'm looking forward to talking about the rest of it next week. But we just had the most wonderful trip. And so Wyatt had fun playing with our friends, kids, and so it was just so much better. Big shout out to Jillian for getting Tutor of the Year and the CMs for dumping all the pixie dust on us. The Gatorade bath of pixie dust.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
And so anyway, we'll start to wrap this stream up. It is May the 4th in the East Coast.
It is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you.
In the Eastern time zone. So our Hitchhiker highlight is the Clone Wars. So it's an animated series. If you enjoy the prequels, so the episodes 1 through 3, if you enjoy the prequel movies, the Clone Wars animated series is not just for kids. Don't think just because it's animated that there's nothing for me as an adult. No, it could not be
further from the truth.
Further from the truth. You've got great voice actors. Tom Kane is the narrator. Matt Lanter is Anakin Skywalker. Ashley Eckstein is Ahsoka Tano. James Arnold Taylor is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yoda's also voiced by Tom Kane again. Catherine Taylor voices Padme Amidala. Katie Sackhoff, who also portrayed Bo-Katan both in animated version and in live action version. How cool is that? Voiced Bo-Katan. Terrence Carson voices Mace Windu, and you've got Maul in here, and his name escaped
Darth
me.
Maul, yeah, Darth Maul. Yeah.
He's such a great voice actor.
And I had written down so many at that point, or had made a note of so many. I lost him, but a couple of the original actors reprised their roles too. Sam Witwer, that's it.
Sam Witwer.
That's it. And I think I accidentally, like I said, I think I accidentally deleted him. But original actors who reprised their roles for this were Anthony Daniels as C-3PO, Ahmed Best as Jar Jar Binks, Matthew Wood, General Grievous, Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon Jinn, Pernilla August was Shmi Skywalker, Daniel Logan as young Boba Fett. So we had several. I had several that reprised their roles, but this guy's has it was created by George Lucas. The director is Dave Filoni. We also, we all know how great Dave Filoni is with Star Wars content, and the animation is fantastic. The music is excellent. The costuming in this is fantastic. It's very good.
Yeah. Oh, it's excellent.
It's excellent.
Mom's wearing Ahsoka Tano ears, and Ahsoka, they did such a good job with the character Ahsoka Tano that she eventually made the move from being animated to the live action screen.
Right. Yeah. To Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Ahsoka Tano, the character of Ahsoka
that's how well done it was.
Yeah. Was introduced in the Clone Wars. She was
Clone Wars
introduced
movie.
and
then
became
the series.
Anakin Skywalker's Padawan learner.
If you want to dip your toe into the water, you can watch the Clone Wars movie and then watch the Clone Wars animated series. So check it out if you haven't already. Every episode begins with a quote that's relevant to the plot for that specific story. So kind of the description is, learn how Chancellor Palpatine orchestrated the devastating Clone Wars to turn the Galactic Republic into the evil empire, chronicling the events that took place between Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, and Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. This show follows the wartime days of Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Yoda, and Ahsoka Tano. This show also brings new characters to the forefront of Star Wars canon, including Anakin's apprentice Ahsoka Tano and Captain Rex. Oh, sweet! Mikey says, "I'm hearing that the Cantina band is playing on the Rivers of America at Disneyland right now."
Oh, wow!
So Jillian has a coworker friend that's at the Star Wars event tonight. That's the coolest thing ever.
That is.
I can't wait to hear more about that event. Mikey, who are you hearing from? I need to do a search. I want to know what Star Wars characters they have roaming for that event.
Oh, man. How cool. Yeah,
so,
how cool is that?
Speaking of Captain Rex, shout out to my brother-in-law. Captain Rex is one of my brother-in-law Jared's favorite characters in all Star Wars content.
I love Captain Rex, too.
He loves Captain Rex. He's so good. Anyway, Disney news real quick. There are new Star Wars treats and also new photo pass opportunities in honor of May the 4th. There are lightsaber churros.
Yeah.
There's a neat little cupcake looking thing with a Millennium Falcon little chocolate thing on top of it. There's a Darth Maul looking dome cake that looks cool. WDW News today.
Amaret's patisserie, that looks great.
Yeah. Thank you, Mikey. Lots of neat stuff. There's a photo pass option where it looks like you're holding up a bounty puck from The Mandalorian with Boba Fett on it. There's a fire spray photo pass opportunity where it looks like the slave one ship is flying over you. Boba Fett ship.
Yeah.
Also, Disney news: new Magic Band Plus appeared briefly, very, very briefly. They pulled them off the shelves, so they sold a few of them on accident. The features have not been activated yet, but there are going to be neat new features. They're supposed to interact with the statue characters, and also flash along to the music. For the nighttime spectaculars.
Lots of stuff they do. So they're rechargeable.
Yeah, they're rechargeable. You know, they're supposedly they're batteries. So I've got my Magic Bands here on the shelf behind me. They do some new things. Apparently the battery in the old Magic Bands only last a couple of years or so. Supposedly, I don't think I've had one run out yet. But anyway. So those were very briefly sold on accident. They're looking to roll them out later on, whenever the features are ready.
They're not ready. So
even if you got one,
bought them, they don't work yet.
Yeah,
they will later.
Jillian says my friend at Disneyland tonight said he's already run into Kylo, Stormtroopers, Phasma, and more. So
now, see, this would kind of put us in mind, guys, of remember the Star Wars weekends that they use. I miss Star Wars weekends. Disney, bring back some Star Wars weekends for us. Those were the best.
Let's see. The former NBA experience at Disney Springs will soon be home to a new limited-time Star Wars virtual reality experience. The MetaQuest virtual reality experience featuring ILMX Labs, Star Wars Tales from Galaxy's Edge, will take place from May 2nd through July 27th, 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. So that sounds like a neat thing. Russ says the VR thing is open. The new Batu Tales from Galaxy's Edge VR thing is open.
I hope this is a home run for them. I really do. I hope this is really good.
Let's see here. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness opens this coming Friday, May 6th. So again,
Yeah.
we are Doctor Strange and
We
the
are strange.
Hall of Fame there.
We are strange, guys. Honorary characters 86 and
So
87 right here. We're
yeah,
Doctor Strange and proud of it. Very proud
yeah.
of it.
So looking forward to seeing what sort of chaos ensues from the multiverse of madness. You know, they've already shown us in the trailer that
Yeah.
America Chavez is going to be featured in this movie. You know, we've seen from trailers that Scarlet Witch, obviously, Doctor Strange is going to be in it.
Yeah. That was one of the first teasers we got.
So very much looking forward to this movie. So hopefully be able to watch it sometime this weekend. Let's see here. Oh, and other Disney news, the Not So Scary Halloween Party is officially returning for 2022. Yeah. Dr. X from the X-Men, Professor X from the X-Men, Stacy. It's also mentioned in the trailer. The dates are August 12th, 16th, 19th, 23rd, 26th, and 30th, September 2nd, 5th, 9th, 11th, 13th, 16th, 18th, 20, 23, 25, 27, 29, 30. And I'm not even going to bother reading off all the dates in October.
Suffice to say, it runs from August the 12th to
Yeah.
October 31st.
Yeah.
And tickets may be purchased online or by calling, Disney on it beginning May the 18th. Guests of select Walt Disney World Resort hotels can begin purchasing tickets as early as May 12th. And the tickets are going to be pricey this year, guys. They're ranging price from $199 to $199.
Walt Disney World News Today put out a very good article showing the progression of the how much the expenses have risen over time for this after hours event.
Yeah, they've gone up like 35%. I mean, it's kind of.
There's a Thor: Love and Thunder teaser trailer out. The movie opens July 8th, so I have that to look forward to as well. Channel news: I did a stroll around Art of Animation Resort. Did a live stream on Monday of last week. Showed off the new 50th anniversary refillable tumbler, which I'm going to try to round up my merch, show it off next week. So mom's got it. So that's the tumbler that we're referring to. It's got the new character lids. So, and instead of just having the little twist lid, it's got a Mickey lid that flips over. So it's a blue lid that's kind of flat shaped. And the Mickey just kind of is a little flap that flips over. Hatbox Ghost says the Headless Horseman is really good during that Halloween parade. Yeah. It's so cool to see the Headless Horseman in that parade. Agreed. But yeah, really neat wrap for that tumbler. I was glad that we were able to get some. Let's see here. Mom also did a live stream from the Disney store this past week. And also I live streamed the Enchantment fireworks there on it was Friday of last week. So the first like 30 seconds or so is pretty choppy. But after that it clears up pretty well. I need to go back through and watch it all the way through. But it was fun to get to live stream that, just kind of do a pop-up stream.
Hatbox Ghost, the Headless Horseman may be my favorite part. I love the Boo parade, but man, the ride of the Headless Horseman is awesome. I agree. 100%.
Keep an eye out for Jillian's What's Brewing with the Bone stream, and she's going to recap our trip from her perspective and highlight some other things that I have talked about and that I haven't talked about. Let's see here. Trying to get this thing wrapped up. Check out It's Joey's World for Joey's birthday / Christmas card opening live stream. Both of those were a lot of fun. Check out Russ of What in the World with Russ, who also went live today from Disney Springs.
And is in our chat, guys.
Check out that videos in the chat. Check out Wonderful World of Walter. Big shout out to anybody that went and subbed to Wonderful World of Walter to help push them over 1,000.
Yeah, Wonderful
Very
World of Walter. Hit 1,000 subs tonight, guys.
Wally.
Yeah. Thanks so much for everybody that subbed. That's super.
Remember to check out our partner channel, Monarch Moments. They go live Sundays, Wednesdays, and on Fridays for Fun Fridays. They do other fun live streams too from California. Various places of interest in California, and also Disneyland, Disney California Adventure. So check them out if you haven't already. They were at Disneyland recently, and they live streamed the World of Color and Main Street Electrical Parade. So they have 4K video of the entire parade on the channel. So check out those videos. Check out theliveplace.com. It's basically a TV guide listing for family-friendly live streams. Also check out Dean's YouTube channel, The Live Place and Dreamers Empire. Check out TubeBuddy if you are new to if you're a YouTube creator looking to grow your channel. Check out TubeBuddy. It's a great tool. It tracks viewing trends, suggestible keywords for titles and tags. It tracks channel data that helps you grow your channel. The basic version's free. There's a discounted paid version if you're under 1,000 subs like we are. So if you decide to check out TubeBuddy, use our affiliate link in the description below. And so it gives us both a free month. Stickermule. Earlier in the stream, Mark and Irene asked about who we use for our buttons, stickers, magnets. Oh my. And if you are looking for good quality, low cost promotional items, or if you want to print out buttons or stickers or whatever for personal use, check out Stickermule. Use our link below. We both get a $10 credit. Everybody wins. So $10 credit for a future order. Thanks to those that have already used it. And we are just a few subs away from 700. So, our friends, Wonderful World of Walter, passed that 1,000 sub marker earlier tonight. We're excited for them. We're very close to passing 700. So, yeah. If you're watching tonight in ghost mode, or if you haven't subbed already, make sure and sub, ring the bell so you know when we drop videos. If you're having a good time, we'd really appreciate your support. Let us know if you have any questions, about going to Disney or planning. Leave them in the comments section of this video, or drop us an email at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com, or send us a direct message on Instagram. Let's see here. Want to give shout outs to everybody for being here tonight. I showed up a little bit late, so I don't know that I got everybody written down. So if I missed you, I apologize. And obviously I've been talking a whole lot about our trip, but I've been doing the best I can to get everybody written down. So shout out to Aunt Susan and Aunt Joy, Jilly, Kylie, and other family members, BDF, Dean the Turkey Legster, Debbie Birdfield, Stacy Rogers, Wonderful World of Walter. Woohoo! That's 1,000 subs. Let's see, Movie Mania Nick, Walking World Russ, AJC Magic TV, Jillian Bone, Sebastian the Crab, Catherine Wilby, Happily Ever Yachty, Adventures by D, Annie Coog 86, Kadani Sean, Captain Akron 27, Mike Wheeler, Wonderful World of Walter's Dad Mark, Kevin Theme Park Adventure, Monarch Moments, Mickey Sightings, Diz Our Dream, Paul Engel, WDW Max, welcome in. You're newer to our stream, I think, so thanks for dropping in on us. Spacebound Dave Cantrell, Tina DCS, Elena K808, Mandy Adams. Hope you have a great trip here in the next few weeks. Thanks for dropping in on us. And check out our other content. If you like what you see, make sure to hang around and sub. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. So
there was Mike.
Francisco and the Hatbox Ghost. And if I missed you, I apologize. Again, I do the best I can to write down everybody and thank everybody for joining us. It's been a blast talking about our trip. Again, it's like we got the Gatorade bath of pixie dust this go around that really helped make up for our last trip. And so I'm not even done talking about our trip yet. So tune in next week to hear part 2 of our trip. We had a wonderful time. We had a great time with our friends, Garrett, Casey, and their girls, and me and Jillian Wyatt just had a blast all together. The cast members took good care of us. We had the best time. So, yeah, thanks everybody. Yeah, thanks Stacy. Remember, if you could dream it, you could do it. We go live every Tuesday night at 9:00 p.m. Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. be sure to join us live or watch us on the replay like it's Joey's World does. Shout out to Lisa, Keith, and Joey. Check them out if you haven't already. Like, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we go live. Check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can email us at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com. Thanks again, everybody, for joining in. Thanks to those for ghost watching.
Yeah, we appreciate it, guys.
And let's see here. Double checking.
Thanks so much for popping in, Hotbox Ghost. It's good to see you. It's fun to see you in the chat. To see through you in the chat. It's really nice. I don't think I got Flo written down. Thanks, Flo, for being here. Also, I don't think I got you written down. I acknowledged you earlier when you were in the chat, but thank you for being here, Flo. Back. I saw that, Mike. I saw that new Marvel Spirit jersey at Walt Disney World. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Saw that. Yeah. I catch it up in the chat, guys. May the 4th be with you.
Yes,
happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Mother's Day. We don't want Mother's Day to get kind of lost in the fray. But happy Mother's Day to all of our mothers in the chat.
Absolutely.
We love you guys, and if your mom is still around, by all means, give her a call, give her a hug. Do something nice for her. Because if you still have your mom, you're really blessed. Wonderful World of Walter, past 1K. Guys, we are so excited for you. You deserve it. And we're, we know every sub is you got to scratch for every sub. It's hard fought. So congratulations to you on that. Thanks everybody for being here.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Love you.
Thank you.
It's great to hang out with you. Beginning and end of our trip.
Yes, definitely. I got to spend a little time with Wyatt. So that's always fun. We appreciate y'all being here.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day, all the mothers out there. And may the 4th be with you. Thanks to everybody for hanging in there. Almost to the 2.5 hour mark. My goodness. So anyway, anything else, Mom, before we hop off of here?
I can't think of a thing. Enjoy your week, everybody. Enjoy, the run up to Mother's Day and our Star Wars week. This is May the 4th. So all Star Wars fans are, this is fun for us. And guys, we're looking forward to Obi-Wan Kenobi coming out the 27th of this month. I am so ridiculously excited about that. And we'll have some announcements probably from Jedi Master Will and definitely from Resistance Commander Bone coming up pretty quick. So y'all watch for those announcements on the channel. At the Hitchhiking Bones YouTube channel, there is always room for one more. So hurry back.
Bye, everybody. Have a great week. May the 4th be with you. Happy Mother's Day. Y'all are so
sweet to still be here.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day, guys. And may the 4th be with you.